Hey everyone, so I'm back again with another video. This time around I have some 6th gen video game pickups. I have one other game that I already traded in actually. Now, choose to believe me or not. I found another copy of Mario Party 7 for the GameCube. I already had the game, but I was missing the manual for it, so I went ahead and found this copy. It was only $8. I kept the manual and I went ahead, and traded that game for $18 credit. I also found a copy of Pokemon Diamond at a yard sale that a kid was selling. He wanted $6 for it, so I gave him the $6, and I went ahead and traded that for $20 because I already had that game. And for that, plus a little bit of extra credit that I had, I went ahead and I got Yoshi's New Island. So, just going to get that out of the way first and show you guys the rest of the games that I picked up. But first, also, I got this here. It's a Sony 8.5 volt AC adapter for the PS2 Slim. It is missing the cable there, but this is the most important part, the brick and the part that connects directly to your PS2. I was missing one of these and I needed to get another one, and the guy only wanted $1 for it, so I went ahead and grabbed that. Next up, also at a yard sale, I found this one game. Basically, this guy had no video games out. He had just a couple of electronics, a computer, cameras, stuff like that, and he had a whole bunch of tools and stuff like that as well. But I asked him just in case if he had any video games. Turned out he had some original Xbox games, Xbox 360, and he also said he had PS1, 2, 3, and PSP games. But when he went to check, when I came back later, he told me that he couldn't find any of the PlayStation games except for the PSP games, because those he had handy. And he had the original Xbox and the Xbox 360 games, so I looked through those. Basically, for the PSP and the games that were with it, it was all disc only for those games, and I really wasn't interested, and he wanted $60 for the whole set, and while that might have been a fair offer, I couldn't take it. The one and only Xbox game that he had that I was sort of interested in that I ended up getting for $3 is Tenchu Return from Darkness. For those of you that care to know, Tenchu is a sort of stealth action game. It's there's lots of games in the series. I think this is supposed to be a remake of a PS2 game, which was then remade into a PSP game, and it has some different names. It's basically just a copy of it with extra content for the original Xbox here. Sorry I'm so awkward about that. I don't know much about this game, but I know some at least. The next game is for the GameCube. It's Star Wars Rebel Strike Rogue Squadron 3. It's just another GameCube game that I don't have, and it is a GameCube exclusive, so I had to go ahead and grab this. Also, it seems to have a Game Boy Advance compatibility, so I wonder what kind of function you're going to have with that. Like maybe there's a map or something that you get to see on your Game Boy Advance while you're playing the game. Also says, special feature, 2-player cooperative version of Rogue Leader game included on Rebel Strike disc. Huh, interesting. Anyways, just another Star Wars GameCube game to add to the collection. That I got it at a thrift store for $3. Next are 3 PS2 games that I bought today at the Value Village. They were $2.99 each, because if a game is unmarked, like they don't put a sticker on it, they're only $2.99 each, the same as a standard DVD price. So the first game that I got here, I'll show you this one first. It's Slide 2 Band of Thieves. All these sadly were without the manuals, but the discs were at least in pretty decent condition, so I went ahead and grabbed these. Slide 2 was the last Sly Cooper game that I was missing, of the PS2 games at least, and Yep, it's another stealth game. I'm not the best at these, but I mean, I like the art style in the Sly games, so um, I always end up liking these sort of more cartoony stealth games more than, say, Metal Gear Solid. But there are other people out there that would completely disagree with me, and I'll let them have that opinion as well because it's a perfectly valid one. The next game, I got it mainly because it kind of reminds me of Ratchet and Clank, but it's also based on a TV show that I loved as a kid. It's Wallace and Gromit in Project Zoo. It's basically an action platformer, but I don't know. The reason why it reminds me of Ratchet and Clank is because you have all these completely wacky weapons that, of course, um, what's his face made up. Oh God, why am I forgetting which one's Wallace and which one's Gromit? I'm sorry, Gromit's the dog, I think. If I'm wrong, sorry, I really don't remember because it's been about a decade since I've watched any Wallace and Gromit. The last game I have here is also a PS2 game. I also got it today, and it was $3. I wish I had gotten the GameCube version of this game because it's a little bit more valuable, but it's definitely sort of like super Japanese game. It's Ribbit King for the PS2. This one also, like I said before, is missing the manual, but it did have this bonus disc. I'm not sure exactly what kind of content is supposed to be on it, but let's wait and see. This game here is a kind of a golf game, but instead of swinging a golf club and hitting a golf ball, I'm pretty sure you smash a mallet onto a catapult and it launches these frogs. And it just looks so strange. I absolutely had to get it. And that's it. That's all I got in terms of 6th gen video games this week. As always, leave comments in the comment section below. Anything you'd like to say, comments, questions, suggestions, ideas, anything at all, and I'll get back to you as soon as I possibly can. Also, check out my 300 subscribers contest. Enter if you'd like, and you'll have a chance to win the prize at the end of the contest. And that's it. See ya.